Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, I wanna evolve. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot.
Nice.
Dang, my bad, y'all. Hey, one more time. What's going on, y'all? Hey, this is Dallas Man with level1gaming.com. And I know it look a little different. It's because Fame is a little blacker than normal, but he still got those pearly white cheesing at you like always. Look, congratulations, man. He's not here right now, but I'm here to tell you what he would, and that is congratulations. You have leveled up to level 133, man, of the Double XP podcast. Look, all right, so we're gonna get it going with these introductions because we don't have a lot of time to waste. Right below brand new Fame, we have his right hand, one man with the Michael Jackson shades on, the floor hugger.
What's up? 사랑해 여러분. 안녕하세요. How are you guys doing? We are glad you guys are here. We're glad to have our guest here. And like Dallas says, we ain't got much time for introductions. We want to get into our topics. So hope you enjoy the show.
Man, say. And right above my head, right there, he lives in the apartment right above me. The homie with the clamps, y'all already know, Citizen Snips.
I actually didn't know where you're going. I'm so used to being introduced first. Like, this threw me off now. Fame, come back. What's up, y'all? Glad to be here. What is this, 2 weeks in a row now after we took a little hiatus for a bit there because stuff kept coming up. So it's nice to be back on back-to-back days. And yeah, man, I'm excited. We got some cool stuff to talk about. We got a new fresh face with us who's been doing some cool stuff with us for LV1. So should be a good day, I think. Should be a good show.
Man, it will be a good show. And you know why? Because we have not only royalty, because what's the king to a god? We got godhood here, man. Demigod reviews. What's happening, homie?
Howdy. And to talk about women, wine, and video games. And yeah, that's about it.
Women, wine, and video games. And a person that I've seen have his fair share of fun with these video games and actually has got some talent in these reviews, man.
Hey.
It's not his first time on Double XP, but it's his first time on Double XP via level1gaming.com. Shakalaka 88. What's happening, homie?
Hey, well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to feel like I'm part of the team, you know. haven't had done any content with you guys and at all. So this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So I always wondered because, like, I grew up hearing the whole, boom shakalaka shakalaka. So is it chakalaka or shakalaka?
It's chakalaka. It's boom
I'm not gonna
chakalaka.
lie. Every
That's
time
kind of
I see your name, my brain either wants to say chocolate or Shaka Khan are the
Man.
two things that like I try and go to. And I have to stop myself and be like, no, it's not his name.
Hey, y'all two frozen, really?
By the way, we're frozen. Yeah, myself and Kevin are frozen right now. So
Oh shit.
yeah,
Ooh,
that's
snap.
interesting.
I mean, oh shoot.
I'm not even
Dallas,
gonna lie
fix
to
it.
you.
What are you doing?
I'm
Did
not
you
even
borrow
gonna lie to
Fame's
you.
internet since you're hosting too? Come on,
Man, look, we got the same BS service, so I can't even sit here in front with you like I can do anything to help. Sorry, homie, you in the shadow realm by yourself. Hey, look, I just wanted to say before we get into these topics, look, Fame, you know I love you, right, bro? But the last time I wasn't here, you had me on here looking like you sent me 70 cents a day. And so I mean, you had to be up there because am I a joke to you? Like, anyway, what we got going first? We got the floor hugger here though. I'm glad because she's
Gonna
smarter
help
than me and she
steer
can
you
remember.
back.
Yeah, thank you. What's our
Please.
first topic for today? I think where are we going?
Y'all are ridiculous.
I know.
So, first topic is the big news and kind of surprising news that Kratos is going to be in oh god, I hate saying the game's name. Fortnite.
You gotta say it.
Fortnite. You know what though? Okay, so
In what game?
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Fortnite.
can't say it.
Fork
Fortnite,
knife?
yeah.
Is fork knife? Is that what you said?
Fork knife. I think that's what I said.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Sony in a weird move because Sony's very tight on their characters, kind of licensing them out to Epic, which you guys know how I feel about Epic. I don't need to go into that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to be polite as Big Bro Fame will want me to be. And I'm gonna go to our guests because it's our first time being able to chill with you. It's the first time being able to talk, and I kind of want to hear your perspective on this. So, what do you think about this whole thing? I mean, like Fortnite's been getting it with these licensing deals. So, are you for or against? Do you like it? How you think this will pan out?
I am 100% for this. I'm a Fortnite player actually. Not a good one, mind you, but I do like to play it and dabble in it. I wanna like get my like little cousin to like tutor me and teach me how to like build fast and edit really fast and be a fake Fortnite pro. But beyond that, I mean, I love the idea of just having like the so many different characters between like DC, Marvel, and like John Wick and Marshmallow and Travis Scott and all these fucking skins that you can play as, all like fighting each other out just for no damn reason. Makes no fucking sense, but it's awesome and it's cool. I'm a fan. I like it. I like having so many skins. I like having dances. The more the better. Like the more franchises you have under the belt, the more like unofficial crossover thing you got going on. It's like the Smash Bros effect thing going on. So yeah, it's 100% for it. I love it. It's fun. It's a good game. I don't think it's. I think the reason why it's so popular is because it's just a well-designed game and it's really fun to play in. And you don't have to pay for it, but you wouldn't be all swagged out if you didn't. So, it is what it is.
So, like, who among us besides Shakalaka has actually given it a chance? Like, has actually tried to dabble in Fortnite a little bit?
I haven't
tried,
downloaded it.
and I didn't
played
like it
on my my friend's son. I think he switched over to Apex now, but he used to play a lot of Fortnite, so I played it with him one time on his Xbox. But it's my whole take on it is Fortnite to me is like the Apple of the gaming world. I'm not a big fan of their products for various reasons, or the product itself in this case, but man, do they know how to market it, and man, do they do some smart stuff in terms of getting at the wallets of their target market. They know what they're doing and they do it well. So you can't be mad at them for that.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm the same mindset as Kev. It's not my cup of tea. It's not a bad game, but it's not something I wish to play. But I'm not gonna knock people that do want to play it. I'm gonna go back to something we all talk about. I play Anthem, so I have no room to talk about bad games.
Have they fixed it yet?
I play
I'm gonna just. I just want to say this
the
right
new
now
update.
that I just gotta say that there was one cool thing I've done with Fortnite, and I had like LAN parties and stuff when I would have like my four setups in a row, like tables like lined up,
People
and
could be
it
in
was
one
really it
room.
was
What is that?
yeah. Yeah,
Back in the
I
day.
know. So like, and which was crazy is like I thought that was so awesome. Is just the idea of just mind blowing. Is just that I had a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation 4, an Xbox One, and a PC, all in the same lobby together playing Fortnite squads.
Mm.
So
Oh,
that's like
that's
that
cool.
console energy thing going on. So it was really awesome.
I'll give you that though.
Like-
Fortnite is the first game I saw where everybody could just play together. It's the first game where I actually physically saw every platform playing
People,
together.
yeah. Like, play what you want. We're not here to knock on you unless you're playing Fallout 76, because. But enjoy what you want. I mean, I came from before I was on 2XP a couple years ago when I first started YouTube. I was playing League of Legends, salty League of Legends for a very long time. I was playing it a lot. Just enjoy what you want to play. Play what you want to play, and don't knock others for enjoying what they want to play. And I'm looking at you, Fame. I know I threw shade to you today on Twitter talking about Avengers, but I'm just saying, Anthem sold better than Avengers. He's not here to defend himself.
Wait. He defended himself with that meme right there though. Hold up. Don't look.
I already saw it, and I'm trying to like wipe it away in my mind.
So
Unclean.
I give them this though. Regardless of what I feel about Fortnite, they do some very cool stuff. Like, keep in mind that Marvel event is canon. Like in Marvel Comics, it's freaking canon.
What was it? Was it Demi that said they did a Marvel event better than Marvel's Avengers?
Man, look,
That was me.
and he ain't tell no lies about that.
Damn.
He didn't tell a single lie. Okay, so there was there was the Travis Scott concert. The first thing I saw, you mentioned John Wick. I completely forgot that even happened. They earned some cool points with me with the Travis Scott concert. There's the Marvel event, which, like we said, is canon. I've seen Daredevil at some point before then. So Shakalaka, maybe you can lace me up on this and tell me, like, is there any like gameplay stuff there? Because I don't ever play any of the events, so I don't know if, say, I'm playing in store and I got Mjolnir throwing it around, or like, is there any stuff like that?
Yeah. So like, if you have the Thor skin, you can use Mjolnir as his pickaxe, and he's the only one that can wield it. So if you change your skin out to someone else, you can't use Mjolnir. It just becomes a regular basic pickaxe. What did you want to know, like, specifically, like, about the event or about the new gameplay changes for this new season, or what's up?
Both. Well, just how gameplay changes depending on like who they featuring. So like the Marvel event, if they feature certain characters, gameplay changes there. Like, okay, for example, with Thanos, for the Thanos thing, if you got to play as Thanos, then you had like different powers from everybody else. I'm asking because in the end, what I want to know is there a possibility that Kratos is going to feel like playing Kratos?
Well, okay, so what they do is, for the season that they drop, they put like legendary weapons that are specific to the character. So like this season, the legendary weapon is the Mandalorian sniper, which if you zoom in on it, it turns into like that old like episode 4 like scope view. Like, those
nice.
kind of like it's like a thermal kind of view or whatever.
Exactly,
it's like very old school looking.
Yep.
And like last season with the Marvel characters, you can like pick up Iron Man's unibeam, his chest beam, or his hand gauntlets things or whatever that just throws out lasers. Whenever the Venom skin dropped, there was like a Venom symbiote like snatch thing. They have like all these things where like whenever a character drops, they put in like a weapon that's just temporary that you can use and equip to like do some cool shit with. So yeah,
that's dope. Okay, so you answered my question perfectly. Dang. So now
you bet your ass that the fucking chains are gonna be a legendary weapon. And I'm just wondering, like, is Kratos gonna be like something where you can just buy Kratos on the Xbox, like you can just, or is it like a PlayStation exclusive?
Oh,
like,
you know what? I didn't even think about that. Dang, that never even crossed my mind. Like, will they let you play as Kratos on Xbox? We know they'll do it on PC. Excuse me, I'm just, my bad. Yeah, it will probably be a thing there, but Xbox, y'all think that'll happen?
A limited time, yeah. And then they'll take it away.
That's probably the only way they'll let Xbox get close to Kratos.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I know.
And
You guys
Nintendo,
know
you
how
like buying
protective
Kratos on the Nintendo?
No. You know how protective PlayStation is of their characters. They're not just gonna let them show up in something.
Man, it's not their characters. For any developer I've ever talked to that has worked on a game that ended up being released on PlayStation, they are protective about everything. Like, and not to say
Oh,
that's
yeah, that's
necessarily
true.
a bad thing, but they are super nitpicky about all the things. And I mean, in the most part, it's justified.
All the things.
Mhm.
Well, Nintendo's the hardest out of all of them. Nintendo would be the hardest to work with. You're not going to see Mario picking up an assault rifle in Fortnite.
It depends.
So
Because if we talk to indie developers, if you're coming with your own thing, PlayStation is usually one of the harder ones because you got to jump through some hoops. It depends who you're working with at PlayStation.
Mhm.
And the other indie devs we talk to, Nintendo is the hardest. So I have no idea how this is
Honestly,
going to play out.
Xbox is normally the easiest to get on with.
Oh god, yeah, easy.
Yeah, I heard that
Xbox and
Nintendo.
Steam.
I like to say Microsoft is like the Netflix of gaming, whereas Netflix is like, what's that? You got a script? Cool. Here's money.
Yep, here you go.
Make it. Throw it on there. We need content. Let's go.
Yeah, and I heard stuff like Nintendo is difficult to get onto, but PlayStation makes you jump through hoops.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Dallas, we need to fix the cameras.
Only way Fortnite can get me in is if they got like some Sekiro stuff happen, which will never happen.
Hey,
So-
man, never say never.
So I'm
like
trying
the
to
day
figure
they
out-
come out with a wolf skin, I'll be like, oh yeah, you got me.
Hey Kev, Chocolate, disable your cameras and then come back and let's see if that fixes it.
Please
I don't
do.
know if
tried
it
that
will.
Get the
already.
But,
boxes
I tried that
destroyed.
already.
oh,
I tried that already.
the
It
boxes
didn't
will
work.
come back.
Yeah, because
Okay.
online, like on what everybody else sees is completely paused, but to us, we
Yeah.
can see each other moving around and talking.
Box
and blah, blah,
destroyer.
Well,
blah. And I'm like,
You know what's
blame Dallas.
funny though? I'm watching it right now. Me and Dallas are the only ones that are moving.
Yep.
Mm.
So that might be your end, Dallas. And see,
Fame, if
this
you
is why
can,
Fame
wave
goes
your hand.
quiet for a lot.
wave your hand, Fame, do something.
Mm.
Oh, my
gonna
bad.
get But Dallas is gonna work to try to fix these boxes because
Yeah,
we can't
man,
have
I'm trying to-
Chocolate on just being
We
funky.
can't have you be stationary. We can't have you not
Box
Yeah.
do anything.
destroyer.
That-
You know
oh,
what this
nope.
kind of reminds me of Kratos being on here, and it's gonna be. Is it confirmed it's gonna be on every platform? Because I didn't even check, to be honest.
It might just
But,
be a PlayStation exclusive thing.
Oh, that would be weird.
Because on
I'm
the
just saying,
corner
if-
in the
if
screenshots
they're
it
gonna
says
do a PlayStation
sponsored.
You know, they
if
probably
there's going to be a PlayStation exclusive character with Kratos, they better throw in Master Chief in the Fortnite just
They
to
better.
answer back.
they absolutely
Oh.
better.
Speaking of exclusive characters, you know what's coming to Fall Guys next? The
Nani?
Doomslayer.
What?
Hmm?
Oh,
I'm not surprised.
Oh,
Only way I'm
Damn.
going to be okay with that if they don't make him like a little bean skin thing. They just actually put in the Doomslayer and he
Just the
gets-
full
it's
six.
RNG whoever gets
Oh,
him at
that's
the
funny.
start of the race, but he just gets to mow down the entire field and wreck everything. Then I'd be
Nah,
all
he's a
for it.
bean. He's a bean, bro.
Not a fan of the Sonic design that they did for Fall Guys. Sonic looks really weird as a bean dude.
there we go.
Sonic is
we fixed the
always
homies.
weird. Okay.
Sonic as a bean
so-
was great. And what's a combination you want to see, like a crossover event for a game you guys want to see before we move on?
Lara Croft and
Ooh.
Smash.
Lara
What?
Croft and Smash?
Lara Croft and Smash. That's a weird one.
It's
Of
so
all the
weird.
picks, yeah.
But, like-
I would
Looking,
like
though.
to see, like,
Because I mean, she would just be like you would have her melee combat, which would be her pickaxe, and then her bow, because you wouldn't put guns in, just her bow, and just
I mean,
yeah.
we can get Minecraft Steve, and at this point,
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Yeah, you right. I would like to see a whole like story game of like Lara Croft in the Uncharted universe.
Mm.
I mean, Lara Croft started the Uncharted universe.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
And yet they still have yet to be able to interact with her and actually compete in like a treasure hunt.
Mm.
Like actually
And
compete. and who can
everybody
get
always
there
gets
first.
uppity when I say that. I was like, when I say you have to thank Tomb Raider for Uncharted, they're like, no. I was like, first of all, Tomb Raider came out in 1992, kind of before Uncharted, but you gotta have that competition. Those are
Mm.
weird type of games. Like those are specific type of games. You gotta like that puzzle solving adventure stuff, and a lot of people don't. I said this last week. I've never played an Uncharted game. I just bought all of them, and I'm gonna play them.
You know who I
Never
wanna see
played them
interact?
and wasn't
need to do that
interested in
too.
them.
straight up, you know who I want to see interact? And we kind of got a little taste of that, like a fan taste of that, but I want to see our homies Sam Fisher and Solid Snake.
Ah, that's a good one.
Are they old now, man? I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a grumpy old man type thing. Like that would be super fire because it's gonna be old Snake, like with the thick mustache.
Yeah.
Especially since we might actually end up getting a remake. Well, not might. It's looking like it's happening. It's looking like we really are getting a full-fledged Blue Point developed Metal Gear Solid remake. And one of the rumors that was going around was one of the things that people are using as evidence of that is the fact that in Demon Souls there's a sound that plays that people say is the exact same sound as Metal Gear X from the first game. Have y'all heard anything about that?
I have. But there's also a sound that rings in certain areas that people are like, well, that's the sound from Elden Ring trailer. And I'm like, y'all might be just reaching.
They might be.
Elden Ring exists?
No.
Not yet.
It's a figment of our imagination. We all collectively dreamed about it.
You know how long I waited to hallucinate with my closest homies, and it's already happening, and I never realized it. Y'all, we on a vision quest together right now.
I think we all hallucinated at the Game Awards last year.
Man, say. But okay, so how do you see? Do you think there is some truth to the rumor, and how do you see it panning out? How do you see it coming about? Just the truth to the rumor of a Metal Gear Solid remake coming.
I don't want a remake.
No,
You'd be dumb not to.
It's not going to be a remake.
No,
because Kojima doesn't own the Metal Gear name. It would be another game, and Konami's not going to make a game that's not a pachinko or a casino game. Look at what they did to Castlevania. So I don't know if it's going to be a Metal Gear game.
It wouldn't be. I think it would make sense for Konami to say, "Here you go, Blue Point, make us some money." It worked for everybody else.
Konami's not concerned about that.
Konami don't care about anything except money.
Exactly.
And
they don't have to do
literally
anything.
Printing their own money right now with the money they're making from their franchise casino machines. They don't care about video games anymore. They're out of the video game mass-produced market.
And
they
the random Yu-Gi-Oh games that they drop.
Those
Yu-Gi-Oh games
let's
are
not
pretty
talk
far.
about it. Like, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna thrive anyway, though. And Duel Links is kind of fire to be a mobile game.
Yu-Gi-Oh are like the names of the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Like, we could speculate we would
Konami
love it, but let's be in the real world. Konami's not going to give any of those licenses away. They're not going to, like, real world.
Even if it was true.
They don't have to give it away. They just have to let them make the game and then rake in the dough.
So
they won't.
It's
passively making the dough.
Exactly. They don't have to do
Metal
a
Gear
gosh darn
Solid's pretty
thing.
convoluted as a series anyway. So I'm not really excited if it was true.
Whoa.
Metal Gear. Still don't understand the premise of Metal Gear.
But then again, I'm also a Kingdom Hearts fan, so I can't sit here. And
say, you go sit in the corner.
Like,
love you.
We're not gonna sit here and act like.
You guys don't think that like Sony doesn't have like the money to be able to bankroll this to like really make it enticing for Konami to just like I guess there's no point in passing this up.
It's not that important to them.
Yeah,
Konami does not have.
It's not the money thing. It's the fact that Konami is. It's like they have especially when they let go of Kojima, they just have a grudge against gamers, and they're just like, nope, don't care. I mean, look at Survive. That game should have never been birthed, and it was.
We don't talk about that. We don't acknowledge these things in this house.
I just think they don't like us, and they're making their money either way. They just don't care, and they'll put it in the vault.
I feel like you're trying to send me back to therapy.
Oh my!
Metal Gear Solid is convoluted. True.
It is. I agree with Demi.
The further it got to the end, it got more and more that way. It didn't start that way. People act like it started at Metal Gear Solid 2, and it didn't. But the further along it went, the crazier it got.
It's pretty convoluted.
Old NES one.
But that being said,
because it's 3, 5, 1, 2, and it just gets complicated from there.
Oh,
Bruh.
we talking
If I
about
have
like
to watch this-
chronological order, or are we talking about like
No, just in general, like
Order it makes
even
sense.
yeah, it doesn't make sense, and a lot is happening in some Shadow War stuff that's like, what? How are
Yeah.
y'all not seeing these giant mechs?
yeah, like nobody saw this in the middle of New York? Okay, all right, cool.
Stray Relay says, "What about the rumors of Sony trying to buy Capcom?" Don't think it'll happen.
Whoa, that's a
It'll be
wait,
Nah, I
interesting.
think Capcom will want, even though they're buddy. I think Capcom will want to stay where they are.
Capcom don't.
It's like Atlas. There's certain places that just want to stay by themselves.
Thank you,
Is Sony
because
buying
they
And you
don't
know
need
what?
to.
I love that because then they don't farm an oligarchy, and we don't have the Sony's putting out the next Persona, and then Microsoft has to buy it from them to put it on their. Don't form an oligarchy. Don't form a monopoly. Just like let these independent studios be the independent studios.
Even Microsoft was like, hey, we got Bethesda, but you guys can still release your games.
Yeah, Microsoft literally bought Bethesda and its competition. It's like
Just
they're like, oh,
hey, you can have it.
compete. Yeah.
All right, you got
Go have some
Deathloop.
fun.
That's cool.
I can't wait for that game. That's gonna be weird.
Dang, y'all
What do you
broke
think?
my little heart. I'm just
Nani?
gonna let y'all know. Look, and I know.
Are you a
I
Metal
know.
Gear fan?
I'm a big Metal Gear fan.
I'm
He
sorry.
loves Metal
I
Gear.
get it, man. Like we cynical in this game. I understand. Like
I'm
it's
so,
just
no,
it's
no,
just what
it's
we do.
cold blooded,
But-
man.
And like I can respect that it's dead and gone because truth be told, he didn't want to do Metal Gear after 2.
Let me
People
ask
just
you a
kept-
question when you're done. Continue. I want to ask
Cool.
you a question when you're done with your statement.
Kojima didn't want to do Metal Gear after 2. And he kept he didn't want to do it after 1. Come to think of it, he didn't want to do Metal Gear after Solid. And he kept getting pushed to do it. And he kept throwing those little FU jabs and people kept eating it up. And so I can understand, but it wouldn't have anything to do with him. But once again, Konami is Konami and they middle finger gamers all the time. So I would love to see it happen. I would be there front and center and it would be a day one. But I mean, if it don't, it don't. What's up, Demi? What was you asking?
So, you know how we had the big three in the stealth department,
Mhm.
right? Did you ever think Hitman would be the last guy standing?
Man, you know what? I didn't. And I thought Hitman was dope. I thought it was a good game. It never really clicked for me, but I didn't think it would go anywhere anytime soon. Like I didn't think they would just up and stop making Hitman games. But I also didn't think that Splinter Cell would be out of here either. So
It's crazy looking at Agent 47 is literally the last guy.
the last man standing. You know what? Though?
Mhm.
I really thought all three would still be here. Truth be told, I really thought all three would still be here because they were like, they're what stealth looks like to me when you ask me about stealth games.
Reggie Butler. What's up, Reggie? Sarange. Says,
Long time no see, Reggie.
right? Where have you been, Reggie? We've been waiting on you at the door. He'd say this about Konami: don't so much think about the past. You don't need to own a game to remake it. Yes, I know that. But Konami also likes to sue people that try to touch any of their titles. They have a couple lawsuits pending right now in Asia.
That's why the guy who made Castlevania moved on to do Bloodstain because he couldn't
Exactly.
get Castlevania.
Man.
Chakalaka, do you think there's ever going to be... I don't think there's ever going to be a Metal Gear game again, but do you think there's ever going to be a Metal Gear-like game? So close that it's like skirting that line.
If that were the case, they would have to get Kojima to do it. I don't think they would want Sony would want to piss off their partner, their big, like Kojima Productions partner to do so. I think if you're gonna make a Metal Gear Solid like game, then you're gonna have to have all of these crazy weird what's the word I'm looking for? Like the very like je ne sais quoi kind of thing of that touch that only Kojima can bring to the table, like crazy, batshit crazy ideas that, hell, if anything, Metal Gear Solid 5 was going to be even more batshit crazy if Konami didn't rein him in. So if you get your own production studios in Kojima Productions, imagine him making a Metal Gear Solid successor like Mighty Number 9, but not bad, or even crazier.
Oof.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so truth
Shots,
be told,
bang bang.
truth be told, I don't think Kojima wants anything to do with Metal Gear ever again. And as a fan, I'm okay with that because I understand what it would be like to be like pigeonholed into this area and people think that's all you need to do. I think as long as whoever does it next has his blessing, I'm fine with that. Let somebody fresh, create the thing, the spiritual successor. It don't even have to be Metal Gear. Let somebody fresh. Oh snap! If somebody coming to rob you, I'm on my way. I got you. I got your back. Just
You okay, Kev?
I hear
'Cause
it
I
too.
heard it
the
too.
thumping.
Fireworks going off or something. Hang on a second, y'all. Let me go see what's happening.
Yeah.
oh snap! Hey, I'm on my way. If something happens,
We all heard that, right? Did you guys hear
Yeah.
that on the
Yeah, I heard
stream? Like those bangs?
Yeah, man.
Stray Relay, you're right. Dishonored, don't sleep on Dishonored. Those games, not quite Metal Gear level, but they pretty
So-
freaking good.
And we about to get a taste of that with what's the name? Deathloop.
Deathloop, yeah.
We about that feeling is gonna come back with Deathloop, and I'm so ready for it.
But if you haven't played Dishonored 2, and Dishonored Mark of the Stranger, what are you doing? They're on Game Pass.
but
Dang,
yeah,
Kev, who's celebrating?
There's a football stadium, a high school football stadium right across the street from my apartment.
Oh,
I
it's
guess
going
it's
down.
like the last game of the season or something. I don't know.
they
They're doing something over there.
You need to get.
I was like, we could make a beat to that.
Yeah.
Piece.
Man, it's going
Right?
down.
For a second, I did think it was gunshots, man. I heard the first one and I was like, eh. Then the second one went off and I was like,
He was like, oh.
hang on, I'm having flashbacks now.
He's got Vietnam flashbacks, y'all.
Oh snap! He that old? Damn. Oh snap!
Kev's he old, but he look young, yo.
Hey Snips. Oh my god! I gotta show
I
you
wish I
something.
looked young.
I gotta show you something. You gonna?
Oh, this
appreciate
sounds like trouble. I don't
So-
know if I want to see this.
Sideways stepping into we talked about the Jeff Keighley lover himself. Jeff Keighley's lover, I should say. Konami, or no, not Konami. Kojima. It was leaked by the guy who leaked God of War Ragnarok that they are working on a Silent Hill, not quite because of course Konami owns that, but a Silent Hill like game for the PS5.
I had so
And
much to
this
say about
leaker
that,
is
so I'ma
very
shut up.
prominent.
They'll call it like Quiet Mound.
Yes. Shut up. But this leaker has leaked God of War Ragnarok, and he's leaked a couple other things, and they're saying that they are working on another Silent Hills PT kind of thing for PS5. I need to know y'all's thoughts. And he also promised that there was a Metal Gear Solid remake coming, but does he mean the Metal Gear Solid from the NES days or Metal Gear Solid from whatever? I just want to know y'all's thoughts on this PT stuff. Hush, Dunes.
Oh
Let you
snap!
know that I am a bitch when it comes to scary games. I don't touch them, so I am not the person to
Woo.
ask. But if I will watch, I will backseat drive and watch somebody play the game. But that's about it. So as
Hey,
far
just
as the
pull up to
game
my stream if
existing,
they
I don't
do.
know.
Y'all seen the prices that some PlayStation 4s are going for that have the PT demo on them still?
Hey man, so
$2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I'm like, oh,
I had one of
Really?
those PlayStation 4s, and I would have never sold it ever because I enjoyed PT so much. Like I was one of those people that was a part of that whole. Like I got to be a part of that whole event as it happened, right?
mm-hmm.
And so just the whole internet coming together, trying to figure out how to beat the game, trying to figure out how to solve the puzzle, and then finding out about Lisa and the family and what happened and all of that, right? I was one of those people, and I was so
Mhm.
into it. We're not gonna talk about what happened with the actual PlayStation. We're not gonna go there. But after
It
finding
died.
out,
A painful death.
oh no, it was like it was some
A quick
it
painful
was, it
death.
was those days that we talk about back in the gap, and
hmm
my place got broken into, and that's what happened to it. Yeah.
And then it died a painful death, hopefully on whoever did that.
Oh, if I ever catch who I think it was, they will die a painful death, but that's a different story.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Not
so
on the air. Not on the air. Not on the air.
Yeah, nah.
Mine is-
They just
mine's
gonna
not
catch
that-
the hands.
mine's
I'm not
not
gonna
as
murder
that good.
nobody. Not over a PlayStation. But they will catch these hands though. They can whatever. Anyway, so I was one of those people that experienced that whole thing like in real time, and after finding out
Mhm.
who it was, like if this is a project, a horror project that involves Kojima and Del Toro, I'm down no matter what. Just
Especially Del Toro.
straight up, I'm
So
down.
weird and so good.
Cause you know he consulted Junji Ito.
Yes. Yep.
Like, come on now.
And if you bring Ito in on things, that's pretty big because he doesn't do a lot of things anymore.
And for him to say like the rumor is that spoke at an event one day, and Kojima had wanted to meet him, so he went up to talk to him or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, one day we got to work on something." He was like, "Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. You know, whenever." And then way later down the line, when PT came up, he went and grabbed him, and I think that's the perfect storm of people for a horror movie. Or for a horror game, even a movie, whatever, horror, anything. That's the perfect storm of people.
Yeah.
Kojima, who, like Chakalaka said, is a bitch when it comes to scary stuff. He said he is. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and so who better to scare other people than people who know what it's like to be scared?
That's very true. Stray Relay also, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. Says he's gonna drop a bomb. Where's Fatal Frame? I forgot about those games. They were so good.
Keep it.
The last one was kind of garbage, but the other ones were real good.
Keep
saw-
it.
I-
That series is
was
poop.
was that the spiritual successor, Spirit Camera on the 3DS?
I think actually Fatal Frame was before to that.
Yeah, Fatal Frame been around for a
No,
while.
I'm saying the spiritual successor to Fatal Frame
Oh.
was it Spirit Camera on the 3DS? That's what I was asking.
No,
Oh,
because
have
I
that
think
game. That game was
Fatal
trash.
Frame 5 was also out way after that. I don't think
Yeah,
Fatal Frame is
keep it.
actually.
On the Wii U. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
a-
had
that's
a
a poop
good spiritual
series.
successor. You know what needs to come back? And it was a PlayStation 2 title that's like hella obscure is Siren. I think that's a North
They had
American
one that
name.
released not too long ago. They're
Yeah,
working
it
on
wasn't as
another one.
good as the original though.
That's another. Yeah.
do you
There's a
have
lot of-
favorite
I
horror
mean-
game though? Like just I need to see this. I need to see this
Obscure.
come back.
That's a good one.
No, Eternal Darkness. That's a good one. 'Cause it
The
messes
Evil
with
you.
Within,
Yeah, that's one.
the Evil Within is holding like that old school horror feeling strong.
The first Evil Within was so fire.
Yeah.
The second
Eternal
one
Darkness,
was really good.
it like deletes your save files. It'll turn down your volume. It like messes fourth wall breaking all the time. And it's,
I would.
I haven't
Turns off your
finished the
TV.
second yet. So whatever y'all do, don't kill it for me.
I would also like a remake of Haunting Ground.
Reggie's telling me to keep an open mind about the Metal Gear stuff. Reggie, me and you might need to talk after this. I'm just saying.
I mean, you know, for me, it's all but confirmed, if you ask me. But that's something that we could talk about after the show.
Well, you know what? I don't get my hopes up for these things because look when Holocaust was on and we had the stand up Chakalaka. Look at him, he's cute.
Hey, I like
So
that shirt
when-
though. I didn't even tell you, but I dig his shirt.
So when Holocaust was on, after the show, we're not going to talk about what he told us because he told us that in good confidence. After the show, Holocaust told us some stuff, and we've been through too many. Look at the biggest game that's coming out in 8 days. It was delayed twice. I just can't bank on, oh yeah, it's coming. Like, no, it might get canceled or it might get delayed indefinitely. I need to see it.
I'm still waiting on
Printed
my
before
collector's
I-
edition
I
of
mean,
that coming.
you know, we don't know what we
Mhm.
don't know.
Exactly.
But there are
up,
known
but-
unknowns, and then there are unknown unknowns.
Yeah, but I don't got time enough to spend on that.
You know,
My
like
days
for real.
are too busy
But
to
then
do
there are
that.
known knowns, and then there are known unknowns.
We
Just
don't-
like there
we
are
don't know,
unknown
we don't
knowns
know.
and unknown
So-
unknowns.
We can't predict the
True.
future, but we know what we think is in the works.
I
or
mean-
what we hear is in the works.
Right, so that's a
Did we
known
predict
unknown.
Konami and Kojima splitting after 20 plus years of working together?
I mean,
After
yeah,
they're working
yes,
on two separate floors, I expected it after that.
yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't predict everything, but I mean, y'all gotta enjoy something. You gotta look forward to something, man. You gotta be hyped about something. You can't never just ever get excited.
Anthem
about
2.0
anything.
update.
See what I
Resident Evil
mean?
8.
Like,
I'm looking forward to
oh
that.
my god, I'm right there with you.
hmm
I'm right there. Next
Hitman
to
3. I'm looking forward to that.
We're gonna talk later, Reggie. Me and you.
I think
Spill me some tea, boy.
I'm the only one that's excited for Hitman 3 in here.
you. Yeah, I mean, I would play.
I don't mind the
it, but
Hitman games.
It's just I don't mind them. It's just they never really clicked for me, and maybe that's because I don't know. Maybe I haven't given it a fair shake since PS2.
The freedom of doing
It's on
whatever you
sale
want in
on
a stealth
Steam.
game that's the appeal to me.
The sandbox.
If you want to
thing.
pick it up, Dallas, a Game of the Year edition for Hitman 1 is like $20.
Mm.
And
just don't like the
Hitman 2 is like
episodic stuff.
$11.
Wasn't Hitman like a free game of the month on PS Plus?
Possibly.
If it was, I probably have it in the library and just haven't touched it.
Let me check.
Just
my
be a
phone.
Go
ball
play them.
scientist, man.
I've claimed everything on PS Plus, so I'll know. Let me just check my records here.
I do the
Bro,
same
But I
with
like
the
stealth games though, so
Epic.
maybe I need to just give it another try because I really
Yeah, I
do
do
like
that too.
stealth games. But like, I mean, I started replaying freaking Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, and you know how janky
Oh my God.
that is. Like,
So you might
That
go play
is-
Sekiro, man.
I
Yeah,
started
Hitman
Sekiro.
was a PS Plus
Sekiro
game.
is different than a Tension.
Nah, he fine, he good. But just play Sekiro, man. You can death blow, do stealth death blows. You good, bro. Focus up.
I might. That might be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all.
That's
Y'all gonna
Yeah,
mess
yeah,
around and get a
everybody
Sekiro
play
stream
Sekiro.
for me. Y'all gonna mess around and get a Sekiro
Right.
stream for me.
Everybody in here needs to play Sekiro. If you have it, play Sekiro.
Well, you mess around and
Kev.
actually get because I have tried the game. I played it for a while actually. I went through a few bosses and I had so much fun with it. I don't know why I stopped. I think other games that I was looking forward to came out, but I might take you up on it.
What is what's going on in the Kev is our resident esports guy. What's going on in that realm with this Valorant tournament?
Nice.
You muted,
Oh,
baby.
no, he's muted.
Nice.
Sorry, I forgot I
Mute
muted
yourself.
myself for the fireworks for y'all's sake. It looks like they're finally done. This is the first. So they've done a few what could be considered major tournaments for Valorant, but they've always been missing one or two of like the really big name teams and organizations for various reasons. This is the first upcoming tournament. Starts tomorrow and it's going to go through Sunday, where everybody's going to be there. And just kind of, even if you have no interest in Valorant or you have no frame of reference for, you know, what orgs are who's who and kind of the teams, I'll give you all a brief rundown of the matchups that are going down on day one. So this is the first round of this tournament. You have the first match of the day is going to be the number 2 NA ranked team versus the number 5 NA ranked team. The second match is going to be the number 4 NA ranked team versus the number 3 NA ranked team. Basically, the other two matches are both top 10 teams as well. So you're getting everybody in the top 10 for North America is going to play against each other tomorrow to kick things off. So it's going to be some really, really good Valorant, really, really high level competition. If you have any interest in FPS games at all, I highly recommend you give it a shot and check it out. And I'm going to plug my favorite website to keep track of all the action with is juked, JUKED.GG. It's a great one-stop shop for keeping track of pretty much all esports tournaments and action in general. They'll show you all the upcoming League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant, Overwatch. They've pretty much got everything up on that site for you to keep track of. So if you're into esports at all, highly recommend checking out juked.gg if you don't already. But I'm really excited for it. I'm a big Envy fan. They had a great showing in the qualifier for this tournament, and they actually won the final qualifier. So they're coming in. They're the number 2 ranked team in the world right now. So I'm really hyped for it. I think it should be a great showing. And after the tournament as well, have some cool content coming up for LV1 Gaming as well that I don't want to spoil just yet. But it'll be Valorant related. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, folks. Like I said, even if you haven't had a previous interest in it, I would recommend checking it out if you got some spare time. It should be a whole lot of fun. And it's always nice to watch the pros do their thing because those dudes know how to play.
So
Do-
how? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
what level do you think is this going to be, like a Worlds or a Dota Invitational, or is it going to be like a Call of Duty kind of?
In
What
terms
rank is it
of
going to be?
in terms of viewership or in terms of the level of competition?
Viewership.
Well, the level of competition is going to be stellar, but like maybe I phrased that wrong. Maybe how is it going to feel? Because this is a different tournament, different game, and all that. But it's like it's not going to be. I know it's probably never going to be like the Invitational, but what is this going to feel like for people who don't know what to expect? Like they've never watched a tournament, but they're listening to you and like, let me give this a try. Is it going to be busy like the Invitational or like League of Legends World, or is it going to be more like subdued, like a local tournament?
It's going to be pretty huge. And granted, again, they're all playing
Online.
over internet, not because obviously pandemic, nothing's being hosted on LAN as it would be normally. So that's going to detract from the experience a little bit because you don't have that live crowd, live atmosphere to help hype things up during the matches. But this is something that I could see. I think it's going to average easily. Every single match is going to average around 50 to 60,000 live viewers. So it's going to draw quite a show in terms of the competition itself. Yes, this doesn't include the European region teams and teams from other parts of the world, but from what I've been able to see so far and what I've followed, I think NA is at the top of the world right now in terms of the teams that it has representing it. So you're going to see world-class competition. You're going to see the best of the best playing each other. And it blows my mind when I knew it was coming tomorrow. And when I saw them announce the tweet for what all the matches are going down tomorrow, I was like, how do you have all these amazing teams playing each other right off the bat? Like normally it's later down the bracket, they're going to face off, but no, they're going at it right from the start. I'd have to double check, but I believe it's going to be double elimination. So even if, your favorite team ends up losing their first match, they drop into the lower bracket, they still have a chance to make it all the way to the finals if they go undefeated from there. So should be really, really cool.
Oh, that's nice.
And Valorant is, in my opinion, it is a very exciting game to watch as well. If you guys have ever seen something like Counter-Strike, some people don't like it because it is a bit slower paced, kind of a build, wait and see, plan, and then launch your attack all at once. Valorant is similar to that, but faster paced than Counter-Strike. Because of the utility and the characters that are in it, it does allow itself to be a lot more, a lot more exciting for the general viewer. But you'll get to see it all. You'll get to see good strategy, good execution, good mechanics, and as far as aim, crosshair placement, that kind of stuff, and good, interesting plays with utility and all that kind of stuff. So should be really, really hype.
I'm gonna toss this up in the air, and this might be a hard question for you. What do you think? Because if y'all are watching, I'm pretty sure we've all spectated a esports event at one point. I'm from the old Call of Duty days with Optic and Farico. What is going to be in your, right? I'm like way old school. I used to work with Farico. What is more interesting to watch, in your opinion, between the games, Overwatch, League of Legends, or Valorant? I know they're all different types of games, which is hard.
I think in terms of consistent energy level, I think a good Overwatch match would take the cake just because it is such a fast pace and such a busy game. There's never really a dull moment. Unless it's like a lopsided match. If one team's just dominating the other, then it can get kind of boring. But if you've got two really evenly matched teams going at it and they're both playing well, I think that delivers the most consistent level of energy and excitement. I'd put, and this is my personal bias again as well, I think I'd put Valorant right below that. Doesn't have quite the same consistent level of energy, but when somebody pops off, when they pull off that play, I think it's probably the most impressive. Yeah. Like you see somebody just on a dime flipping 180s and pop right to the head, pop right to the head, pop right to the head, throw a flash around the corner, and then jump up on top of a box and catch that last dude just to make that clutch play right at the last second. So it can get really hype with the clutches, and the tension is a lot bigger in Valorant as well, because a lot of rounds will come down to, one versus a couple outnumbered situations, and you're like, well, crap, can he pull this off? Like, this round is huge. And there's a whole economy that factors into it as well, as far as how much money you have going into the next round to buy equipment and weapons and all that kind of stuff. That kind of adds to the tension as well. League, I think definitely League is probably the slowest pace out of the three. So I think it's a little bit different there, but it's still something very, very exciting. League's one of those games where once you see the team start to pick up momentum, things get pretty crazy. And then there's always that possibility that somehow through like a miraculous play or a really smart strat, the other team could swing it and flip it on a dime at a real critical moment and pull everything back in their favor. So that's pretty huge as well. But my personal ranking, ideal conditions for everything, Overwatch, Valorant, League of Legends.
Okay. Could we expect sometime in the future for Level 1 Gaming you might do some streaming the games and shoutcasting or something like that for us?
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
kinda
Break
like
it down for
a
people, do some
co-stream kinda
breakdown
thing?
videos?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could definitely look at doing something like that. I do stream Valorant myself. Obviously, I'm at a much much lower level of competition than these
Don't
dudes.
say that.
Look, the truth is the truth. All right, I ain't mad about it. These dudes are really good, and I ain't there. But I still enjoy it. I think it's still fun. But yeah, if people have some interest in that, definitely let me know. I'd love to do breakdown videos, kind of help gain an entry level of knowledge into the game itself, so you can kind of see what it's all about and see if it's something that you like.
I would love.
Please
to
let
see
him
that
know
from you.
because I
That
think
would be so
Dallas and
fire.
Kev could work on a video series where you do some breakdowns on esports because I think the thing that holds a lot of people back is it's so intimidating.
Yeah, we can
Especially
get
as
you can
a
explain
woman.
it to me.
Like,
Explain
Like
it
a
to me.
15
Y'all
minute
do some
or
shit.
20-minute video where you like do like a play-by-play and explain how did this team win? Where was this team's
Exactly.
where was that
Sure.
critical pivotal moment and
And
stuff like that?
especially if it's in
Analysis are
hindsight,
cool.
because hindsight makes me look
Mhm.
like a genius because I know
Analysis
what's
is
about
easier,
to
yeah.
happen and I have time to process it and think of it. What's most impressive about these is the dudes that actually pull this stuff off. They do it in the moment. It's that
Yeah.
split second. I know this guy's coming from behind me, but I got to take this guy out first, and then pop that perfect 180 right to where his head's going to be as soon as he walks around that corner. And it's, I don't know, it's impressive stuff. But yeah, if you guys are interested, we need to hear from y'all. If y'all have things that you'd like to see or that you want to know more about, you got a voice, use it. We're listening. We're
Man,
here.
if we start getting comments, actually, I don't know what y'all doing right now, but hop on Twitter if you care. If we start getting tweets about it, I swear to you, I will go out of my way to sit with him and make these videos happen.
We'll do it.
I've seen
Also,
like
we're looking for writers.
True, always.
Yeah,
Always and forever. If you can write coherent sentences, if you are familiar with the English language, and if you're interested in gaming or nerd culture things in general, hit us up.
If you're
We can
familiar
figure
with
something
any
out. Let's talk
language,
about it.
Google Translate is a thing.
Yeah,
if you're familiar with any
language at this point. And we are also branching off for more than just gaming. If you guys like music, if you like sneakers, if you like all that stuff, let us know. Hit us up on Twitter. All our stuff is right under our names, and every icon it shows where you can find us. Yeah. What were you saying, Chakalaka? You
I was
handsome
saying,
man?
I'm big on Smash Bros. I'd watch competitive Smash all the time, and like I even enter tournaments. And one of the biggest awesome things that I've ever like done is whenever I played against a pro player, several pro players. But on my last major tournament that I went to, I was round 2. I was paired up against a pro player, and I held my own. And I was like, I wasn't gonna win. He was just too good. He's like the fourth at the time. He was the fourth best player in the world. But the fact that I like took him down to like 1 stock or whatever, and like I was playing good defensive game and everything, and there was a whole crowd of people. I didn't even know that, but there was a crowd of people watching me. And when I lost, the whole crowd like golf clapped for me just because I held my own. I didn't get like just stomped. So if Kev can be at that level where he can lose but graciously lose, then that'd be cool too.
Hey, I'm never afraid of. That's one thing I think that we've lost a lot of in this kind of competitive online gaming culture is I don't mind getting stomped by somebody if they're better than me. I take that as a learning opportunity. I'm going to try and figure out what you're doing that's giving me so much trouble, and I'm going to try and steal it from you and make it my own. I feel like that's one of the fastest ways to get better. Instead of, you got people nowadays that as soon as they lose a match, it's all my teammates' fault. If it wasn't for them, I'd be winning. This is stupid. And that's just such a negative and detrimental mindset. The spirit of competition is there's always going to be somebody better than you. And when they're better for you, get excited because this is your chance to get better too.
And you know how special it is when you see somebody that's an ungodly level of good at something?
It's pretty awesome.
Right?
That's freaking amazing.
I like to think of it as and I'm out of touch with UFC stuff, so I don't know who's like the big badass these days, but like, so back in the day, if I spend every day of a year, I'm sorry, who?
Khabib Nurmagomedov. I hate his last name. Khabib Nurmagomedov He beat Conor McGregor. He's recently
Okay,
retired.
okay, I
but
saw him. Yeah,
yeah.
he like undefeated, retired
Damn.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So
ripped.
if I spend every day of the
Mhm.
next year fighting against Khabib, just sparring, guaranteed 365 days, I'm gonna get my butt whooped. But every single day, I'm gonna get a little bit better. I'm gonna get a little bit better.
Mhm.
And then if I fight
You're
somebody
gonna
who's
learn
not
his
on his level,
weakness.
I'm gonna stand a chance.
You'll be
Whereas
able to
if
beat
I
him every
spend
way.
every day 365 days fighting a 6-year-old, I'm gonna kick the crap out of that 6-year-old every single time. But then when I'm done with
Right.
him, I'm not gonna beat anybody else who's even slightly above him because I handicap myself fighting against weaker competition.
It might
So
get whipped by
that's
Yep.
another 6-year-old.
You also make yourself worse.
Yeah.
You also make yourself worse because you start doing bad habits
true.
and stuff.
You
by
develop
playing
bad
against
habits
someone
that
like
work
Lester.
against bad people.
Man,
I hate
say.
you, Dallas.
So, but yeah, no, I just want to say that I've seen Smash analysis sets of like pro players like breaking down frame by frame, like how did they win, and they can say like, oh yeah, they paused it at the right moment. It's like I knew he was gonna go here,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that's when I set myself up right there. So like if you can do some of that good shit right there, or I don't know if I can cuss actually, but
You know
if you
how
can do
much
some of that good
You've
stuff
already
right
done
there,
it.
done
It's
since you
all
got
good.
here.
you would make yourself look like a professor. I'm just
Listen,
saying.
I'm already giggling because you said smash analysis, and you know what?
I don't know.
Shut up.
I was just
Shut
about
up.
to say something about doing like
Hey.
videos with you, but I don't know if I want to sit in a room with you and
Let me do a
smash
breakdown of how to smash this.
Like-
Smash this. But he's right. Like
Oh my.
that whole analysis and breakdowns. We could let us
That would be
know.
fire.
Hit us up on Twitter. Email us. Hit us up on level1gaming.com. Let us know if you guys want to do. If you want us to see. If you want us to. Oh my god. If you want us to do something like that, I'm working on a thing where we'll have our live streams pop up and we'll be doing things like that, and we can do some post streams. So yeah, just let us know. Dallas,
Yeah, man.
have you seen the
So
time?
I have, and I was just about to say, look, we have had fun with y'all here today. We talked a lot of shit. We talked a lot of nonsense,
But
like
y'all
always.
funky.
But you know how it goes. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get the hell up out of here. So, we appreciate y'all coming, and we're gonna go ahead and get it with these outros. First off and foremost, I want to make sure I'm not rude and I speak to our guests. Even though, truth be told, you're not a guest, you family at this point. Like you
That's
here,
true.
like you was here before I was
He's
here.
a
if you really wanna
pseudo
know.
guest.
Man, so you can get up and get your own water. Shakalaka, first I want you to make sure you before you say goodbye to tell us where we can find you.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter. I'm on twitter.com/chocolaka88. All the things I work on for Level 1 Gaming, for my YouTube channel, for my podcast channel, that's all there. All my work is all right there. It's just the perfect place to find everything I'm working on right there. So I have a podcast called Ready Press Play. I drop it every Friday. I have my friend Dan. We talk about video game news and do our little commentary and talk about things that we love, and we have a little segment where we talk about like a segment called sharing the love, where we talk about a game from our past and just talk about and just gush over it and just talk about some funny stories about growing up with that game, with said game and stuff like that. So if you want to know more about me and stuff, you just follow me on Twitter and you'll find all the links there.
Yeah, man. As you know, or as we've told you already, you watch the show. At the end of the show, we like to give our suggestions, anime, movie, TV show, all that good stuff, game, whatever you want other people to experience, just as you experience the love. So, go ahead and drop that too.
Yeah, so for games, I just want to just shout out Fortnite, just because the new season kicked off. There's a new mechanic where the map has changed and there's sand, and if you stand still, you got to get sunk into like quicksand,
Ooh,
and then you can
okay.
sort of just burrow your way like a sandworm, and it's really cool. It's like here's your
Oh, dang.
speed. There's a lot of like more mechanics that they've done with like some icons, and now you can put bounties on people, and then you get bounties put on you and stuff like that. It makes the game way more aggressive. So I'm kind of sort of digging it because I play the game kind of passively, which kind of holds me back as far as developing skill, which is kind of what Kevin was talking to. Um, so for movies, I just want to recommend this movie on Netflix. It's called The Impossible. It's crazy. It's really good. It's starring a very young Tom Holland as a child, as well as Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor. It's about this like
Wow.
tsunami that just hits in Thailand while the family's on vacation, and it's just this crazy like gut wrenching like very emotional roller coaster. And Tom Holland puts on a hell of a performance. Kind of like makes you like tear up just a bit. Just because of how crazy the situation they find themselves in. for TV shows, I just want to shout out The Mandalorian because the last episode was crazy. Ahsoka Tano was in that episode. It kind of feels like a backdoor pilot, and I hope she gets her own Disney Plus series. And last
It
but not
does
least,
feel
anime.
like a pilot.
Yeah.
You right.
And last but not least, anime. I just wanted to shout out this anime that I watched like a month ago. It was called Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. It's on Hulu. You can check it out. It's about it's kind of like that One Punch Man kind of like parody type situation where it gives it it talks about the tropes of of our JRPGs and stuff like that, where you could start off in Pallet Town and you have these level 1 situations, but the hero is so cautious that he over levels himself to the point where he's going against tropes and stuff that because he's so over leveled that it actually works for him because he's so cautious, because he predicts situations that no one else could have possibly predicted. It was really funny.
That's actually how I play JRPGs. I'll spend 3 hours in the first zone just farming the little level 1 slimes until I'm level 30, and then I walk to the first boss and I'm like, get one shot.
That's what he did. Yeah.
Oh, you know
but
what?
that's what he did.
I feel bad.
And then
now.
in the what's up?
I feel bad because I let you talk about the Mandalorian and you kind of spoiled something for people. It got spoiled for me and I felt bad because it would have been a big surprise had I seen her. But I also realized Baron, who's in the chat right now, has not seen it. And you just told him
That's
about
okay.
Ahsoka.
Well,
I don't think
it's
it
a
was
thing.
that big. It was a big review. It's just a character, that's
the end of the story. It's
Had you
just
not
the
known
journey
and you
that's
went
going to
into it
get you
blind,
there.
you would have been like, "Oh snap!" Yeah, that's one of the things.
Well, we all know the end of Game of Thrones is awful. It's just the journey that got us there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what matters.
Y'all not finna sit here and justify spoilers. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
The last thing I just wanted to shout out is simply a show that's about to debut next Friday. Attack on Titan, the new season, the final season is going to launch.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, don't spoil that one
that's
while
my
you're
spiel.
here. I'm just playing.
Leave him alone.
I almost had that spoiled for me because somebody read the manga and he was teasing me. He's like, I know how it's going to end. And then he gave me 2 words that were oh, you shouldn't have told me that. But
manga readers are the worst with spoilers just because they're so used to knowing everything in advance, they assume that you do too, that they'll just kind of talk about it in casual conversation. What do you mean that chapter came out 6 months ago? And you're like, yeah, but the anime is 800 chapters behind. What are you doing?
Yeah, that happened to me yesterday, actually. Dang.
Oof.
Okay, so Snips, since we here with you, I need you to go ahead and in the middle of your outro, give your suggestions.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. As always, come check us out at lv1gaming.com. Best place to get all your gaming news and content. And as far as my recommendations go, I don't have a new anime or anything. I think I did 2 last time. I kind of emptied my bank on that part as far as what I'm currently watching. I am going to go back and rewatch Attack on Titan starting from season 2 through 3 to catch up before I start watching the new stuff. And then game recommendation, go play you some Halo 4. Recently came to PC as part of the Master Chief Collection. I'm about to play that as soon as the podcast ends with my buddy Patrick. So looking forward to that. Go get you some old school Halo love.
Man, dope. Thank you, homie. And Hugger, go ahead and yell at us one good time and give us some suggestions.
Y'all are out of control. I don't know what to do with y'all. I'm going to call HR. Hello, I'm HR. I just love these guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another episode 133. I miss Fame. He's my big brother. I miss him.
What you saying? He right there.
We had a good show, but it's not the same without him, But we'll get Shakalaka back on. He's gonna come on when Fame is on, and he can rip into Fame because he's known Fame since he was 19. That was 1,000 years ago. Yes, I know, but still. I can't wait till that's happening again. So for anime, I'm gonna say watch. It's a Netflix show, The Blood of Zeus. I've been kind of into that. It's not. It's really good. It's not quite as detailed animated as I would say season 2 of Castlevania is, because they really stepped it up. But it's pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. Also Psychopaths, because Dallas put me onto that, and that's been really good. For movies, I would go Into the Spider-Verse is on Netflix now. But if you want to watch something educational, The Secrets of Sakura Tomb, it's an ancient tomb in Egypt that's been opened for the first time in 4,000 years, probably since they buried the people. So it's a documentary if you guys want to watch that. And for games, I'm gonna go Torment, Tides of Numenera. I can't say that, but Torment. That's if you guys like Pillars of Eternity and like those top-down RPG kind of things, it's real good, and I quite enjoying it so far. So dive into that. Come back, get you gaming news from Level 1 Gaming, and don't hate us too much, eh?
Hey, man.
Baron, stop with that Koopo nut. Stop
Hey.
it.
And we haven't heard your voice in a little bit, man. I almost felt like you dipped off on us. Demigod reviews, man. What's good? Bless us. One good time.
I've been here. I was waiting on the Xbox Series X and PS5 segment that we didn't get a chance to hit. So that's what I was waiting on. But thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all. You can find me Demigod Reviews on everything. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. You can find me Demigod Reviews everywhere. Game recommendation. I'm gonna recommend a indie game called Redeemer Enhanced Edition. You are a ex-war veteran that went to be with Shaolin monks to find inner peace, but war comes back to you when they invade the temple, and now your instincts are coming back out. It's like a top-down God of War almost.
Monks never get peace, man. Never.
Never.
That's all they want, and every time they just pull them back in, man.
Every time. So top-down God of War has a little bit of like hatred gore to it. Do you remember that game? Really good.
Yeah.
Anime I am going to recommend because the science nerd in me loves this show. Dr. Stone. If you need a science fix and need something to be solved or fixed, Dr. Stone is your guy. He's like the anime MacGyver with how quick he solves things. And it hits. And for movies, you know what? I watched The Devil Wears Prada for the first time, and that's a great movie.
How have you watched that for the first time?
I've never seen it. So
that's an interesting pick.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
Like, I'm not a dressy up girl, we all know that, but like, I love The Devil Wears Prada.
That's a
Meryl
great
Streep,
movie.
Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, Emily Blunt. Please go watch that, y'all.
Great movie.
Thank you, Demi, for watching that.
And I was like, hey, this is a great movie. Wow.
Where did you watch it at?
Netflix.
Did you have to watch it on a streaming service, or did you have to like, it's on Netflix? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I mean, the movie's like 10 years old now, but please go watch it. Actually, it's older than that.
It's a wonderful movie. Yeah, it's a wonderful
2008,
movie.
I think.
Yeah.
Also,
so
I'm going to put in a TV recommendation. Kitchen Nightmares has been getting me through some days.
Ooh.
It's great. If you want to see Gordon Ramsay yell at people for dirty kitchens, Kitchen Nightmares is right up your alley.
Yeah, or just any.
I didn't think you would like a show like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a degree in cooking, so this is up my alley.
What?
Yeah.
We didn't know that about you.
Why did we not know this about you?
Because I don't talk about my life like that.
Why, bro?
Because he's a smooth boy.
We run a website together, man.
Right?
Are we supposed to be family?
And next day he's gonna be like, I actually have two twin brothers. We triplets, and we just rotate in and out when we come on the podcast.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bro, that would blow my mind.
You never know.
Speaking of blowing my mind, Dallas.
And then each of them is Demi, and then God, and then
exactly. And y'all have a channel together. It's freaking crazy. Man, look.
Right?
We appreciate Demi for finally sharing a part of his life with us that we would never have known about
on air.
We not been here. Yeah, we had to find out through here. Like the fam ain't getting cheddar biscuits, but these random people get the cheddar biscuits. That's freaking crazy. All right, so look, since I'm the last one left, I don't have a lot because I haven't been having a life this week. But I did binge one show. Y'all go on Netflix and watch Queen's Gambit. It is like,
it's so good.
It's pretty, for me, it's like a live action anime. Like the only real difference is her enemy is her own mind, her own mental illness, and her own addiction. But whether you like chess or not, like I'm not even gonna talk too much about it. Just go check it out. It's one of those. I really can't say enough about it. But the little I've said is too much. Go into it blind and enjoy. On the side of that, let's see. I haven't been playing a whole lot either. I've been finishing up this review that Hugger has been roasting me about, that we won't talk about. But
Gave it to you in August, boy.
but also I think this is not indie. I usually like to talk about indies, but y'all need to go play Miles Morales. For real, for real, for real. Go and play Miles Morales. I promise I didn't plan this, but while we talking about it, I actually did a piece of content on this game that is near and dear to my heart right now. Like it's personal. So man, look, most of y'all that's in the chat, I've noticed have already shown it some love. And if you haven't, please go and find me on Twitter. Like my Twitter stuff is right here. It's gonna be front and center and obvious. Please go and check that out. Even if you don't, I would like for you to share it with somebody. I would like for you to retweet it and like it and all that good stuff and send it off to somebody that you think would care about it. But even if you don't do that, just watch it and enjoy it, man, because that's why I make this content. Much more of that type of stuff coming. And I want to thank y'all for doing that for me. I want to thank y'all for being here with us. Congratulations. You have leveled up to 133, man. This has been a Double XP podcast. I'm Dallas, man, here with the rest of the team, man. And thank y'all for being here. We out.
Annyeong.